Alex Pereira was born on July 7, 1987 in São Bernardo do Campo, a gritty industrial city on the outskirts of São Paulo, Brazil. Growing up in a favela, he faced poverty's harsh grip from the start. His family carried the blood of the Pataxo tribe, a small indigenous group from Bahia. But young Alex knew little of this heritage. As a boy, he dreamed of soccer stardom, kicking a worn ball through dusty streets with friends. But life demanded more from him early on. At just 12, he left middle school to help his family survive. He took on grueling jobs first, as a bricklayer's assistant, hauling heavy loads under the blazing sun. Later, he found steady work in a tire shop, the smell of rubber and grease filling his days. The tire shop brought steady pay, but also temptation. Surrounded by co-workers who drank after long shifts, Alex fell into the habit. What started as casual beers turned into a struggle with alcoholism. By his late teens, he was losing control. Nights blurred into street fights and regret. His raw strength helped him hold his own in those brawls, but it was not enough to pull him out of the spiral. He needed a way out, a purpose, to replace the bottle. In 2009, at age 21, he founded a local kickboxing gym. Run by indigenous Brazilians, the gym offered more than training. It gave Alex a chance to reclaim his life. His first coach, Balakwa Wara, saw raw talent in the young man. Wara also introduced Alex to his Pataxo roots, sharing stories of tribal warriors. That connection sparked something deep. Alex began to see himself not just as a fighter, but as a warrior with a legacy. The nickname Potent, meaning stone hands in the Tupi language, was born. It fit his growing reputation for devastating power. Kickboxing became his salvation. The gym was a sanctuary where sweat and discipline replaced the haze of alcohol. Alex shed pounds, built muscle, and found focus. He earned a black belt in kickboxing faster than most. But before going pro, he tried amateur boxing. In 28 bouts across local rings, he racked up 25 wins, all by knockout. His left hook was already a weapon, sending opponents tumbling, sometimes even out of the ring. Viral clips of those fights spread later, showcasing his raw power. Those early boxing matches sharpened his hands and built his confidence. By 2010, he was ready to turn pro in kickboxing. His professional record would grow to 33 wins, with 21 knockouts and 7 losses, a testament to his dominance. In 2012, Alex claimed his first major titles. He won the Jungle Fight middleweight championship and a WGP kickboxing title in the 85-kilogram division. But not every fight went his way. That same year, he challenged for the It Showtime 85 Max title against Jason Will. He lost by a technical knockout in the second round, a humbling moment. Yet Alex bounced back. In 2013, he captured the WACO Pro Pan American K1 Championship in the same weight class. As an amateur, he took silver at the WAKO World Championships in the 91-kilogram division. He won his quarterfinal and semifinal, but lost the final to Sergey Masloboyev. In the WGP tournament, he beat Camilo Ferraz in the semifinal, only to fall to Cesar Almeida in the final by decision. That loss evened their rivalry after Alex had beaten Almeida earlier in Super Combat New Heroes 2. In 2014, Alex stepped onto the global stage with Glory, the premier kickboxing organization. He debuted at Glory 14 in Zagreb, entering the middleweight contender tournament. In the semifinal, he knocked out Dustin Jacoby in the first round. Then he outpointed Sahak Parparian by majority decision to win the tournament. It was a bold introduction to the world. At Glory 17 in Los Angeles, he entered the last man standing middleweight tournament, but lost in the quarterfinals to eventual champion Artem Levin by unanimous decision. Undeterred, Alex kept fighting. He faced Cesar Almeida again at WGP Kickboxing 25, winning by decision to claim the vacant WGP middleweight championship. He defended it with a second-round knockout of Macon Silva at WGP 40. Over the next few years, Alex built a fearsome reputation. In his next 5 fights, he went 4-1, his only loss to Artur Kashenko. A defining rivalry emerged with Israel Adesanya. They met twice in Glory. At Glory of Heroes 1 in China, Alex won by unanimous decision, controlling the fight with precise striking. Their rematch at Glory of Heroes 7 was even more dramatic. Alex landed a counter left hook that knocked Adesanya out cold. Those wins would echo years later in the UFC. In another Glory contender tournament, he beat Baram Rama in the semifinal, but lost to Yusari Belgarui in the final at Glory 40. In 2017, Alex reached the pinnacle of middleweight kickboxing. He won the Glory Middleweight Championship with a unanimous decision over Simon Marcus at Glory 46 in China. The belt felt like a reward for years of struggle. He defended it multiple times, showcasing his power. Against Israel Adesanya at Glory 49, he won by technical knockout in the third round. At Glory 55, he knocked out Adesanya with an overhand right in the first round at 2 minutes and 29 seconds. He beat Simon Marcus again by unanimous decision at Glory 58 in Chicago. Against Jason Wilness at Glory 65 in Utrecht, he landed a left flying knee for a knockout in the first round at 1 minute 31 seconds. Alex was not done climbing. In 2019, he moved up to light heavyweight. At Glory 68 in Miami, he won the interim Glory light heavyweight championship with a third round knockout of Donaghy Abena at 2 minutes 8 seconds. This made him the first double champion in Glory history, holding titles in 2 weight classes at once. He defended his middleweight title one last time against Ertugrul Bayrak at Glory Collision 2, ending with a knockout at the buzzer in round 1. In 2021, he challenged for the full Glory light heavyweight championship against Artem Vakatov at Glory 77 in Rotterdam. He won by split decision. Now, he held 2 belts. He was later stripped of the middleweight title due to weight class rules. In the rematch with Vakatov at Glory 78, he lost by majority decision after a point deduction for clinching. By February 2021, Alex Pereira was ranked number 1 in both middleweight and light heavyweight kickboxing divisions worldwide. His kickboxing record stood at 33 wins, 21 by knockout, and 7 losses. He is considered one of the greatest kickboxers ever. But Alex wanted more. Mixed martial arts called to him. His MMA journey began in 2015 with a pro debut at Jungle Fight 82. It was a rough start. He lost to Quimulo Tony by rear naked choke submission in the third round. The loss exposed his weak ground game, but Alex learned fast. At Jungle Fight 85, he knocked out Marcelo Cruz in the first round. At Jungle Fight 87, he stopped Marcus Vinicius da Silveira by technical knockout in the second round. In 2018, he was set to appear on Dana White's Contender Series, but Glory commitments blocked the opportunity. In 2020, he signed with Legacy Fighting Alliance. At LFA 95, he debuted with a first-round knockout of Thomas Powell. On September 3, 2021, Alex signed with the UFC. His debut came at UFC 268 against Andreas. A flying knee and punches in the second round at 18 seconds earned him a technical knockout and performance of the night honors. At UFC Fight Night 203, he faced Bruno Silva, winning by unanimous decision after a gritty battle. He was booked to fight Sean Strickland at UFC 277, but the bout moved to UFC 276. There, Alex knocked out Strickland in the first round at 2 minutes 36 seconds. Another performance of the night award came his way, along with a $10,000 Crypto.com fan bonus for third place. The stage was set for a massive moment. At UFC 281, Alex challenged Israel Adesanya for the UFC Middleweight Championship. It was their third meeting after the 2 kickboxing bouts. Alex was down early, rocked by Adesanya's speed, but in the 5th round he unleashed a flurry of punches, stopping Adesanya at 2 minutes 1 second. He was the new champion. Another performance of the night bonus followed. The rematch came at UFC 287. Adesanya flipped the script, knocking Alex out in the second round at 4 minutes 21 seconds. Alex lost the title, but gained respect for facing his rival again. Cutting to middleweight at 185 pounds was tough for Alex. On fight nights, he weighed around 215. On April 13, 2023, he announced a move to light heavyweight at 205 pounds. His debut came at UFC 291 against former champion Jan Blachowicz. It was a close fight, but Alex won by split decision, showing he could compete at the higher weight. At UFC 295, he fought for the vacant UFC light heavyweight championship against Jiri. In the second round, at 4 minutes 8 seconds, he landed elbows and punches for a technical knockout. He was now a 2-division UFC champion, the 9th fighter in history to achieve this. Another performance of the night bonus followed. Alex defended his light heavyweight title with authority. At UFC 300, he faced Joe Mahal Hill. After a tense moment with the referee, Alex knocked Hill out in the first round at 3 minutes 14 seconds. At UFC 303, he took a short-notice rematch with Jiri Prochazka, just 2 weeks to prepare. A head kick and punches in the second round at 13 seconds sealed another technical knockout. He earned Performance of the Night and a $303,000 bonus. At UFC 307, he faced Khalil Roundtree Jr. In a bloody war, Alex won by a technical knockout in the fourth round at 4 minutes, 32 seconds. It earned Fight of the Night honors. But not every fight went his way. At UFC 313 on March 8, 2025, he defended against Magomed. He lost by unanimous decision, his first decision loss in MMA. The title slipped away. Alex was determined to reclaim it. At UFC 320 on October 4, 2025, he faced Ankalaev again. In just 1 minute 20 seconds of the first round, he landed punches and elbows for a technical knockout. He was champion again. He later said he may have broken his foot during the fight, but the victory was worth the pain. As of October 2025, he is ranked in the top 10 of UFC's pound for pound. Rankings likely climbing higher after the win. Alex's MMA record stands at 13 wins, 11 by knockout, 2 by decision, and 3 losses. 1 by knockout, 1 by submission, 1 by decision. He fights at light heavyweight, 205 pounds. He stands 6'4", with a 79-inch reach. His stance is orthodox. He trains at Tuxara MMA and Fitness in Danbury, Connecticut, under coaches Vinicius, Riviero Volta, Glover, Tuxara, and Plinio Cruz. He earned a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu under Cruz, a sign of his growth beyond striking. His fighting style is rooted in his kickboxing mastery. He stays calm under pressure. His low kicks chop opponents down. He sets up power shots with precision. His left hook is legendary, often used as a counter. Training with former UFC champion Glover Tuxara has improved his takedown defense and clinch work. His takedown defense is over 90%. He has become a well-rounded MMA fighter while keeping his knockout threat alive. Outside the cage, Alex gives back to his community. He founded Instituto Poten in Sao Paulo, a program offering free combat sports training, English lessons, and computer classes. Over 700 kids are enrolled, many from poor backgrounds, facing the same struggles Alex once did. In September 2025, he spoke about it on the Ariel Helwani show, sharing how it helps kids avoid drugs and alcohol. His younger sister Aline is a fighter to competing in karate combat and previously in Glory and LF. Alex has 2 sons with his ex-wife. Family keeps him grounded. He co-parents with care, making time for his boys despite his busy career. Alex has faced challenges beyond fighting. As an indigenous Brazilian, he encountered racism growing up. In the favelas, slurs and prejudice were common. But he rose above, turning pain into strength. Today, he is a role model for indigenous youth, showing them they can succeed. His Pataxo heritage is a source of pride. He wears it in his nickname, his tattoos, and his work with Instituto Poten. From a favela kid battling alcoholism to a global combat sports icon, he overcame addiction through discipline. He dominated kickboxing, becoming a double champion. In MMA, he conquered 2 divisions, faster than anyone, 9 fights to his first UFC title. His records speak volumes. At 38, Alex is still in his prime. His training in Connecticut with Tuxara keeps him sharp. He walks around at 235 pounds, cutting to 205 with ease. His diet is strict acai, a favorite nod to his Brazilian roots. He meditates, drawing on tribal rituals for focus. Sparring with top fighters hones his skills. His mental strength is as fierce as his punches. Fans wonder what is next. Another title defense could come against Ankalaev for a trilogy, or perhaps Jamahal Hill for a rematch. Jiri Prochazka could make it a 3rd fight. Some call for a heavyweight move, maybe even a dream bout with John Jones. Alex has won professional boxing, win a technical knockout, hinting at a possible return to the ring. But light heavyweight feels like home. His reign continues. Alex Pereira is more than a fighter. He is Poten Stone Hands, a father, a philanthropist, a symbol of indigenous pride. From the favela to the UFC throne, his story inspires millions. His legacy grows with every fight. At UFC 320, the crowd chanted his name. He smiled, belt over his shoulder, foot possibly broken, but heart unbroken. The warrior spirit of the Pataxo lives in him, and he fights on.